Alright, if you go create an object, you know, like we did there, we can go in and give that object a name, like okay, and if we do then we you know, go shift and create an instance of it. You know, see it rename that to cat002. So, you know, if you're going to name, you know, have a series of objects and you need to name them to keep track of them, it's good to do it like that. I don't know if it works for copies or not. Yeah, I guess it did. But anyway, and since that's a copy, you know, if we go, you know, change the thickness, you know, that affects the instance, you know, when we create an instance but not the copy. Okay, another little useful tidbit, you know, if you right click like the number of sides, it brings it down to its minimal value. Notice how that affected the overall object, even though it's an instance that I'm working on. So, you know, you can, you know, increase the number of sides like you want, but you can decrease these to the minimal value by right clicking on the spinner, not the box. Okay, when selecting multiple objects, you know you can hold the control key, but you know, if you do, you see that little plus by the mouse cursor. If you hold Alt, you can deselect them. So, you know, control to select, because it doesn't do you any good to try to select it again. You got to hold Alt to remove from the selection set. But when selecting, you know, if you just, you know, click this, it'll toggle, you know, between crossing and no crossing mode. So, see the difference? So, you know, just but that's a toggle, so if you hit it, you know, it'll change. You know, and of course, you know, you can change the, you know, type of selection window here, like I covered in another video. Now, you know, when you combine these two, like going into, you know, this mode, this can be quite useful, you know, because that allows you to actually exclude, you know, what you're not trying to select, so that makes more sense. Now, the woman in this video says that brush mode, you know, even though you can name it, you know, you can use it to select things, but she said this is mostly useful when you're trying to select vertices. So, but notice that I still was able to select that even though we have that mode active. So if we go into the vertices here, you know, we can select by painting it instead of having to actually click on the little vertices themselves. So, see what I mean? So it's actually a little more convenient. So anyway, hail. But you know, you got to remember to switch back. That's the pain in the ass part. And if you have a lot of named selection parts, you can go click this, and so we can like select our cat object. You know, I guess you can hit find too. These look like filters. I don't know. Okay, another thing you can do is, like, let's say I wanted to create a selection set. I can, you know, give it a name. Okay, I can still select them individually, but I can go to the drop down set, and there's your selection set.